Things sometimes don't want to go as you plan sometimes, but we do the best that we can. And y'all bear with me. Let me get some things adjusted because I tried to go live on my laptop, but of course it don't want to cooperate. So let me do some makeshift setting up, and we're gonna try to get this thing started. First of all, I want to apologize because I set the live for 9:45 Central Standard Time, 10:45, um, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, but it was PM. It should have been AM. Y'all already know I am not gonna be up that late trying to do no live on no Sunday. Y'all already know that. How y'all doing? What's up, Shy? Green grass grows. You know I appreciate you coming in. Eco Nation, y'all stand up. Hashtag Eco Nation. Much love to you. Let's see. Give me a thumbs up if everything is coming through clear. Give me a okay if everything's coming through in the right way. Um, I'm not sure as far as the signal wise how we're doing, but we're gonna try to work with what we got. Let's see what we got. Turn that off. All right. Hashtag EcoNation. Hey Gigi, how you doing? Gigi, you gonna come out here with me? You know you always ask me. You gonna come out here with me? We're gonna do this little game that we play. Hey Miss Native Cherokee, how you doing? I got my laptop down here. I wanted to go on the laptop, but it's not quite working quite well. So pixels, okay. We got pixels. Let me see if I can do something better than what these pixels gonna give me. All right, let's see. Of course, I can't see the left side of my screen because my screen is backed up.
Don't move it.
All
Don't
right,
move it.
okay.
That's out here. That's the best you're gonna get.
That's the best I'm gonna get. Okay,
That's much better than normal.
okay, it's better now. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know I want you, Gigi. Why you going in and out? Don't be going in and out. We can play this game together. But I'm glad you all came in on this beautiful. I don't know if, what your weather's like, but here in North Florida, the weather is beautiful. I mean, for the last now we're going on 3 weeks. I mean, the weather has been stellar. If I could just have this kind of weather throughout the year, I would be so ecstatic and grateful. I'm grateful regardless, but this morning was one of the more cooler mornings, probably like the mid 50s we woke up, but it's been like 80, 82, 83, 85 for the last 3 weeks, which has been like awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's been good. Roots to a garden. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. I hope you all will participate. I'm going to really need you all to interact with me in the chat. That is so important right now. But if you're here, I want to invite you all to come along with me because we're going to do a customized, off the cuff type um, homestead game, off grid living game. We want to sharpen our skills, of course, and there's a lot of things that we encounter on the homestead. There's a lot of things that we do. Some of these examples will be things that we have actually overcame and endured. So hopefully you all can come along and play with me. Let me check the chat. Clear. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Native. Sun is shining here in VA2. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. We have been blessed. Even though from the end of February all the way into the beginning of March, I'm excited. We're planning a lot of stuff. Um, we're not planning in great volumes, but right now we're still getting to know our environment. And that's some of the things that we're going to share as we go through this live. We're going to share some things that you got to think about. So first of all, everybody that's in the chat, if you're willing to play, just say I'm ready. Hashtag I'm ready, or just say I'm ready in the chat. So that way we'll know. Shakir, Shy, you say it's hot? It's not hot. It's not hot. It's not hot at all. It ain't hot. It's still early. It's late winter, early, not quite spring, but we're getting ready to do spring. We're getting ready to spring forward in the time. I'm definitely not looking forward to the spinning around far as hour forward. I wish they would just put it at 30 minutes and just leave it alone. Hopefully, eventually, we will be able to have one standard time, and it won't change. I'm hoping. Green Grass Grows, how you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for coming through. So Miss Nada says she ready.
You set up a chair for me, homie.
Who else is ready? Set up a chair for you?
You did.
Okay.
You just left me on my own.
Y'all, can you hold down the chat while I grab a chair? Can you hold down the live stream while I grab a chair?
Sure.
All right. I'll be right back, y'all.
I need the good chair, okay? Thank you. I can. Thank you. Just gonna come on and take over. Okay, let me see how I can see. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Eco Nation, stand up. Hey, Miss Nada Cherokee, how you doing? Hello, hello. Hey, Shakira. Hey, Green Grass Grows. How you doing? Y'all know how Eco Neighbor is, right? If y'all are not talking to him, he gonna be 12 minutes in and he gone. So y'all better communicate with Eco Neighbor, because he's not much of a talker like that. So y'all better do something to keep him on here. Say good morning. Tell him what's up. And make sure you share the video out. If you have a channel, or you have a YouTube channel, a Facebook, go ahead and share the broadcast out. Okay, I'll just stay in this one and you can slide on in.
You already know I like to slide on in.
Push now.
Okay, my bad.
Wait, I'm out. Yeah, you just turn it. Oh, that's what you're on. I didn't know which one you were on.
Yeah, we just shifted a little bit.
Okay.
We just shifted.
Cool.
How that's doing?
That's good.
That's good. All
I
right.
think that's good.
So y'all ready? Let's play this game. We're gonna start off. If you're in here and if you're in the live stream, this is what I want you to do. I want you to start off by, we all own 10 acres. 10 acres of raw land. So everybody got 10 acres, okay?
Okay.
You got 10 acres, wherever state, whatever place you want to be at, all right? So if y'all would, in the chat, put down where your 10 acres are. Which state? Which state are your 10 acres? So we already know our 10 acres in Florida.
Yeah.
So where are your 10 acres? I want to see you all let me know where your 10 acres.
Shakira is shocked and appalled.
Shocked and appalled about what?
You nasty stuff.
Oh, nasty.
Hi, Dana Springs from Illinois. Hello, how are you doing?
So we got Green Grass Grove says Pennsylvania.
And PA, baby.
PA. And then we have Dana Springs says Illinois. Okay. Miss Nada said Virginia. Virginia is kind of in between. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Shy, I already knew you were going to say Georgia. You're not going to never leave the ATL. We already understand that.
Unless she moves to Florida.
She needs to.
You know.
She needs to. Yeah. We got a little corner over here.
You know.
Set up. We got a little corner over here. We can kind of put that thing together. You know what I'm saying?
Green Grass Grows know how to put a yurt together. You know.
So we have Illinois, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia, and of course Florida.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? I guess I can be persuaded to move to Florida. Okay.
Look, Green Grass.
Hey, you ain't said nothing but a word. You ain't
okay?
said nothing but a word on that one right there. Then we have California. Oh my goodness. Cali in the building.
South Carolina
we got South
in the
Carolina.
building.
Yeah, South Carolina is very similar to Georgia to me.
Thick and Sweet Garden Dream
Wait a
in
minute.
South Carolina.
What kind of name? Oh, okay, I'm leaving that alone. I want to click on the thumbnail, but I ain't gonna click on the
I like
thumbnail.
it. I like it, sis. I like it.
Yeah. Hey, the experience of with
Hi,
Sassy.
Roots Tour Garden. How you doing? Hey, Sassy. How you doing?
Yes. Roots to the garden. Sorry, I got a call. Trying to catch up. So Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay, so let's go through this. We have Illinois, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, California, and Tennessee.
Yes.
Your 10 acres are there. Now, understand that your 10 acres have a little challenge. Every 10 acres have a little challenge. So in Florida, some of our challenges are what?
Oh, snakes.
Oh,
Snakes.
okay, snakes.
Yeah, that's
a challenge.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
What are some of your challenges? So in California, what would be the challenge? Let's talk about what type of earth challenges do we have? Like in Florida, you got to watch out for wetlands.
Oh yeah, marshland.
Marshlands, wetlands.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit, maybe like an acre or two of a challenge on our property. Okay. Too expensive in California. Yeah, that's a big challenge, but hey, I'm loving it. So we got clay, a coat.
Ooh, Sassy said too expensive in California.
Yeah, it is. It is. But hey, you
Everything
own
is
these 10
expensive.
acres. We all own these 10 acres wherever we want them to be.
Yeah, but
So-
everything else is gonna be expensive too.
Hey, we going. You already going to where we going at. All right. Cold weather, Dana says. So what are some other challenges that we have? Far as
I would say our hot gets hot.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like when we moved out here,
Mhm.
we moved into West Hell. Like,
Just a little corner pinch of hell, you know what I mean?
yeah, like west side of hell.
Weather high and low temperatures. Pennsylvania, you already, yeah. PA is much love to you. And I don't know how many months of growing season do you have in PA? I haven't been there for north, but
Yes, we have. We went to remember when we took that impromptu trip that time because we bought that car online.
oh, the Riviera. Yeah. We bought a classic clean Riviera. We took a flight up
We
there.
saw the car on what,
Yeah,
eBay?
eBay, yeah.
And
I
then
forgot
we're
about
like, you're like, you want to go to Pennsylvania? I'm like, heck yeah.
that. Hey, yeah, we took a flight
let's
back,
go.
back before I could do all that flight.
Come on,
stuff.
Grandma, and get the kids. We hopped the flight and took off. So yeah, that was a cool trip.
So Thick and Sweet Garden Dream says that's I got to work on that name right there. Heat and snakes, heat and snakes. 180 days of growing season. So that's one of your limitations. Keep that in mind. 180 days of growing season.
Whereas we have like the whole year. We literally have the whole year that we can grow.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So now what we're doing, we're off grid. Everybody, we're off grid. We have raw land. Now put in the chat the first thing that you will buy for your land. Put in the chat the first item. Do not speak
I'm not
right
going
now.
to say
Do not
anything.
speak right now. But the first item you would buy for your land, what would be the first item you're going to buy for your land?
Okay.
Put it in the chat. Okay. What we lucky about? Oh, yeah.
Because we get to grow all year round.
Yeah. So what we do typically in the wintertime, whatever like PA, the northern region grows, that's what we grow in the wintertime. So we like to look and see where your successes are in your growing season. And then we try to grow those same type of items down here, down the south during the wintertime. So we already got, hey, Veggie.
Hey, Veggie Farm.
How you doing? Good to see you. So we had right now, Veggie, what we're doing, you got 10 acres, Veggie. You need to tell us where you are, as far as you buying those 10 acres. Where would you buy those 10 acres? And then now we are on the question of what would be the first item that you would buy for your 10 acres. You own these 10 acres and it's raw land. There's nothing there. You're creating your off-grid homestead. So that's what we're playing right now. So we got the well. Green Grass Grow says water well. First item. Miss Native says fruit trees. Dana says shelter. We already had a well and No, this is brand new now. This is brand new. You got 10 acres to yourself, brand new, untouched, raw property. What will be the first thing? We're not gonna judge or anything like that. We're just curious. We're playing the game. We all are winners because we're working together and we are sharing ideas and concepts. Okay. So
Sassy said she came in late and thought that we were asking the state that they were in. So yeah, he was asking. He was saying that all of us, everybody in the chat. Hey,
yeah.
Miss Native Cherokee. Hey, I mean my Renaissance grandma.
Hey, my
How you
Renaissance
doing?
Eco Nation.
Eco
I'm thinking
Nation.
about G
Eco
Tribe.
Nation and G
Yeah,
Tribe.
G Tribe.
Don't even do us.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. There ain't nothing but a bunch
But
of chat over there. You know what I'm saying?
there's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of fantasticness over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta add you to Miss Native and my Renaissance grandma. But we were asking. Well, he said that everybody was going to be on the same playing field. We were all going to have 10 acres, and your 10 acres can be in whatever state that you want your 10 acres to
Mm-hmm.
be. Your 10 acres is paid for in cash,
Done.
and so now we're at the first step. What are we going to do with our 10 acres? What is the first purchase that you're going to make on your fully paid off 10-acre homestead? What you gonna do?
So Veggie says in Texas, shelter, then water.
Okay,
So the first thing you're gonna do is erect a shelter. Okay.
in Texas. Okay.
Wait a minute, Veggie. Let's slow down, Veggie. It's raw land. So in Texas, you're gonna have to clear that land. I think sometimes we skip steps. It's like we're talking about the well. Do you have the means and the resources to get to the well on where the best location for your land? Because what
Okay.
happens, let's talk through this process. So what happens is you will find a vendor or provider to dig the well. They will come out to your property. They will survey your property. They'll take a look at your property. And then they will ask, where do you want to build or establish your home or structure? Then they will look at the whole topography of the land. They will look at slopes. They'll look at all different type of vegetation, different things like that. Then they will select a location on your land to dig the well.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. So understand this: if you're digging a well from your first purchase, raw land, how can you get to bring the equipment in? Because the equipment is
Mm-hmm. It's
large,
huge.
it's huge, and it's multiple trucks, and the rig is big,
Yeah.
and you got to think about it has piping, they have another work truck, it's big,
Yeah.
and then not only that, it's probably you got to have clearance, what, probably about 40 feet or so in the air, 40 feet in the air.
I guess.
Depends on where you are, what's your location. So think about that, y'all. I know you all jump to the water, jump to the well,
Yeah.
but think about it. It's raw land.
Yeah. Sassy said first you have to clear the land, right?
There you go.
My Renaissance grandma said clear the land first. Tracy said, okay, I want to change my place to Jamaica.
Jamaica. Will it be? Look, if I had to go to Jamaica, it would be in the mountains.
Okay.
It would be upland. I definitely, because it's beautiful up there. I
Yeah.
agree. All those springs and natural resources is lush. It's beautiful.
Hi, Triple Threat Firearms and
Hey,
Defense.
Triple
How are you
Threat, how you
doing?
doing? So please play along, Triple. Welcome, welcome. Let's see, where are we going?
All right. Let's see.
So the first thing, the first item, would be clearing the land, of course, to dig your well. Most people have said water, water, shelter, and water. It's a blending between
Yeah.
shelter and water. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Um, Shelter is so important.
Yeah.
So important. I think I would do shelter first and then do well. The reason, you don't want to be
GG.
out here. You don't want to be out here in wild wilderness.
Listen,
Just
the
buttocks out. Yeah, you don't want to be out there like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you have to think about stuff like I don't mind a bucket. Like I'm cool with a bucket. Give me some. We thankfully we have plenty of sand around here. So I'm cool with a bucket. Give me a bucket and I'm straight. Um, but you also have to think about things like what are those things that get on you, that like get on the dogs and suck them, and
Ticks.
yeah, you have to think
Yeah.
about stuff like that.
Fleas and
So
ticks.
you
Yeah.
know, you really don't want to be, if you can help it, get some shelter, because you don't want to be laying on the ground. Like worst comes to worst for me is I go and get some bottled water, which is what we did in the very beginning when we were
Yeah.
out here. We bought up
A
a bunch
lot
of
of
bottled
bottled water.
water and we utilized that in the very beginning. But I don't want to be on the ground. I don't want to be.
And
I don't want to tent. I don't want to do that.
and one thing I want you to think about now that you mentioned bottled water, think about brushing your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Think about washing your face,
Watching that
the tutor and the rooter.
from the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, the rooter, the tutor. Think about just simple things from washing something off to even to just say sometimes we use water, we don't even think about we use water to rinse things down, something that
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go down. Whatever location it is, you got to think about those things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want you to do as far as the next step in this game, this homestead off-grid game, how much money do you think it would take to clear the land, and then we'll go to the well next? So clearing the land, how much money?
Roots to a Garden said, if I had a chainsaw and rent a tractor to move some trees.
Gotcha.
Roots to a Garden. I saw that video this morning with the not the avocados, mangoes. With the mango seed. Go ahead, Roots to a Garden. They coming up.
Yeah,
They coming up. All right, but anyway, go ahead.
So put it in the chat. How much money you think it would take to clear the land? We got 10 acres, y'all. And you know, sometimes when you get these 10 acres, you say, man, I see this beautiful spot on this hill away from the main road, tucked away. And then think about it. It's a cost involved. Now, Roots to a Garden said they would do it themselves, which we're going to talk about that too. Roots to a Garden, tell me where you buying this land, or where would you buy this land?
Where would your land
all
be located?
Yeah. So
hi, Nikki. How you doing?
What's up, Nikki? How you doing? So we have, and I see the puppies, Nikki. And I wish we were close. I could try.
No, Sassy, we broke homesteaders. You ain't getting no money. Sassy, you win some money.
well, you know what you win? You know what you win today? You win a beautiful, absolutely nothing but some beautiful enhancements of ideas and collection of ideas, and you personally win that yourself. Every participant will get a prize. You get a prize, you get a prize, everybody get that same prize. That's what you get. You will get a benefit of absolutely nothing. Yeah. So we have $2,000 triple threat, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Yeah. So what else? What else do we have? Far as cost, clearing the land. Think about it. 10K. 10K the experience with Sassy. What's going on? What you see?
Triple Threat says, I know one thing I think is important. The height of your bucket toilet. I definitely can't do low. Yeah, we gotta work on them meg knees.
You can
Triple
drop
Threat.
it down low. Can't you drop it down low? Come on now, Triple.
I'm gonna be working on my meg knees. Child.
You can what I found very helpful is to get a stick, and as you kneel down, use that stick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works. And then when you get ready to get up, push up on the stick. So that's another thing. Will all raw land have to be cleared? If it's raw, that means it's not cleared. Raw land, and it really depends on your area. That's why I asked which state. So for instance, Arizona, if it's arid, it's temperate, it's dry, you typically don't have wooded land, but you still have to do some clearing. Regardless of where you are, if it's raw land, you're gonna have to build in roads, infrastructure to have access. If it's sandy soil, you're gonna have to bring in some clay, some topsoil, be able to maneuver to get to wherever you need to go. So that's very important.
That just means that there's never been anything on there. There's never been anything. The land is just untouched. Never been any structures. Never been, any type of thing on there to help people to live. So that's just raw land.
Be
Be rich.
rich.
How you doing?
Man, much love to you, my brother. And thank you so much. Eco Nation stand up. We got a lot of Eco Nation in the chat right now. So I just want to say thank you, Eco Nation, for your support. If you want to become a member, please click on the join. We communicate, we have fun, we chat a little bit, and we getting ready, Eco Nation, we getting ready to do another meetup, virtual meetup. So y'all stay tuned. I'll share that with you all in the chat as well. So let's see, $15,000 and my help. Got you. So we clearing the land. So whatever I was quoted $2,000 an acre. It's been 30. I was just gonna say
Yeah. They
$2,000. Hey, I'm like, where they do that at? Right there, man. Where they at? I need to find it, man. 2,000 an acre. Just to do a road in this area. I asked for a quote to do a road for about 1,200 feet deep. And then
we weren't even talking about 1,200 deep. We were talking about
1,000. About 1,000.
And we weren't even talking about that far. Remember, we walked out with him that day.
I know we walked
and we
basically
didn't
to the center, because that's where I talked about it. I wanted it basically in the center, and then to clear out.
So that's about 600.
Okay, 640 something. Yeah. So we went about 6 something, and to clear out about an acre, it was almost $8,000. It was almost $8,000. So just to let you know, we did have a 15,000. We had a 10,000. I think the 10K was the closest. So the 10K is the closest, and you are pretty much accurate. That's here in Florida.
Yeah, that's in Florida.
Now, the thing is, what happens is it's all about time, cost, and money. So diesel, equipment to bring it out, to set it up. Regardless, diesel is pretty expensive all across the nation. So,
and then some of them are just going to try to stick it to you just because they can.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important to get
multiple
quotes on whatever you're going to be looking for. Get multiple quotes. Don't just go with the first person, because they can seem one way, but then when it's time to do the work, you get a totally different beast. Yeah.
So Jamaica 5288 says, wow, it went up. Yeah. It went up. It went up.
That's
quite a
Jamaica.
bit.
Hi, Jamaica. How you doing?
Jamaica, how you doing? And triple threat says, oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah. So
yes, a lot of money has to go into
one thing I want you all to remember as we play this game, you were granted the 10 acres wherever you would like, right? Raw land. We've cut through a road, and now we're getting ready to go onto the well portion. Okay. Depends on where you are. You definitely want a deep well. And this is the reason why you want a deep well. If you think about it, if you're in a rural area, typically 10 acres are not downtown in a big old city or what have you. 10 acres are typically out.
Yeah.
Away from a city or main city. And then therefore you got to think about farmland. You got to think if you're surrounded by farmland, they have streams. A lot of people say, I want property with streams and lakes and all that. Think about runoff from the farmland. Think about all the chemicals that a lot of the farmers use. That's on the top of your land. So yeah, you can dig a shallow well, but it's really not wise to dig a shallow well. You want all that silt, you want all that filtering and that gravel to kind of filter all of the rainwater as it goes down. So now we're getting ready to dig a deep well. Let's talk about deep well, all right? How many feet would you want your well to be? Y'all put it in the chat. How many feet?
Green Grass Grove said, wow, y'all need some Amish friends. I promise we do. I promise we do. But we don't, and I'd be so upset because we don't have like an Amish community in this area that we're in. So I'd be so upset because like they have such great stuff. Now, they only have certain things that are like Amish made. So go
So
ahead.
so behind us, if you all been following us, you've been watching the cabin build and where
Mm-hmm.
we brought in the cabin and everything else. It was built by Amish,
Mm-hmm.
so it's beautifully constructed. If you all see the beams and everything like that, we did buy that structure from the Amish community. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad about that. You can definitely tell the craftsmanship and the detail in the woodwork as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the experience with Sassy says 100 feet. We got Dana says 30 to 40 feet. How y'all give me some feet? How many feet do you think the well should be? How deep do you think this well should be?
Mm-hmm.
How deep is your love? Let's see. Be Rich says 200 to 300 feet. 200, 300. So we got 100 to 200. My Renaissance grandmama. I be wanting to call you something else, but we're gonna stick with that, okay? Um, any more guesses? Give us some more guesses, y'all. How deep would you dig your well, or how deep would you want your well to be? We cleared our land behind the house. That was enough work. Look, clearing land is no
No
joke.
joke.
And it
Okay.
depends on where you are. Some people they say, hey, I want that beautiful weather, that 80-degree weather, but we cleared land at 100+ degree.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. I
Green
went back.
grass grows at 8,000 feet plus.
she she digging the child. She going to
She
child.
go all the way to China.
Yeah, that's deep. Now that right there, you might hit an ocean on that one right there, man. 8,000, yeah. We got 500. Nikki say 500. Triple Threat says over 100. Yeah. So let's talk about this. Remember, you're clearing the land. We're talking about $8,000 to $10,000. Then you're talking about
What?
what's going on?
Oh, she said my well is over 10,000. Her well is over 10,000 feet. Wow.
They must
Girl.
tap water. You that well must be like generations old because they must have tapped some water, then tap some water, then tap some water. I'm like
Yeah, we
10,000.
swore that was to China,
Are
child.
you sure? You might need to ask them because we're getting ready to talk about costs, right? So we talked about have the land, clearing the land. We're talking about 8 to 10,000 just to get access. Now we're getting ready to dig the well. Uh, the well here it starts out at about around 6,500, $67,000 for 100 feet. All right. So 100 feet here in Florida, you can do about anywhere from 65 to 7 grand. Now, what they do from that point on, from after the 100 feet, they charge per 10 feet. So pipe, if you think
Mm-hmm.
about the section of pipe, it is 10 feet from that point on, and they typically charge $1,000 to $1,200 per 10 feet. So think about it. If you want a 400-foot well, you're looking at the first 100 feet, about 7 grand. Then you're looking at $1,000 per. So that's 300. Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It
You're
was
looking
like
at a lot of money.
right at 10 grand.
Yeah. You're looking at a lot of money.
So Green Grass Grows said she's have several businesses and two houses on my land. Remember, I live on an old Amish farm
Gotcha.
business. Got you, Green Grass. Girl,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
thought
yeah,
we thought your
yeah.
well was coming from China. We
Yeah.
thought you was getting water from China.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to have you don't know, and this is the thing I want everybody to know. When you're getting ready to dig a well, you do not know where the best pocket of water will be.
Mm-hmm.
When that person comes out and look at your land and look at the topography of the land, they're estimating where the water will be at.
Mm-hmm.
They do have these meters and scopes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they use that as they're digging because they can hit a pocket of water, but it may not be big and vast enough to supply your needs. And
Mm-hmm.
so they will go deeper past there. And typically, there's an body of water, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll put the well right there in the center of where the water is, because of the fact of,
The pump.
the pump. They'll put the pump.
Okay.
Well, that's if you have, there's different pumps. You have above ground pumps and you have sump pumps, pumps that are actually at the bottom of the actual casing or the piping. Our pump
What did he
is
call it? Submersible. And he said it was like sitting in the center of the
so
40
it was
feet.
40 feet. It was a 40 feet cavern of water, right? And he put about 20 some odd feet in the center. So as droughts or different changes in the water levels, you can avoid the silt, and you can also be kind of almost in the center of it. So
Hi, good morning. Hi, TLC in the garden. How
hey
are you
TLC,
doing?
the
Hi,
naked
the Naked
gardeners. Good
Gardeners. How are you?
morning. How
Good to
you
see you
doing?
guys.
So we're digging our well, right?
Triple Threat had a question.
Okay. What's going on?
Wait a minute. Oh, she says, do I have to do anything to a well that was done over 36 years ago?
So there are inspections that can be performed. If you have an existing well, you can get someone out to they can do water tests. They can also do pressurized tests to find out how much pressure you actually have. Now, one thing that I want to kind of comment on a lot of the older wells, what happens is over time you may need to dig that well deeper. So like our well is brand new. Hopefully, before we before we have checked out of here, we won't have to dig deeper for another well. But if the next generation comes along, they may need to dig a little bit deeper in that well. And so older wells would typically be very deep versus newer wells. And what they do is once that pocket, that 40 feet of water dries up, or it could go down into another cavern and go a little bit deeper, then they will dig your well deeper. So before you buy that property, even if it has an existing well, check that well to make sure the integrity of that well is good. Because some people can say, hey, we got a well, we got electricity, check everything, because that well could almost be tapped out and dry. And then you will almost have to pay just as much to bring in well digging equipment and everything else to dig a little bit deeper. So keep that in mind, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, that should say 800 to 1,000. 800 to 10,000. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, Analytic Gardener, how you doing? Welcome.
Hi, good morning,
Thank
Analytic
you.
Gardener. How are
Thank
you
you
doing?
for coming. So now we got the. Let's talk about the structure. What type of structure will you build on your homestead, your off-grid homestead? Remember, we're off-gridding, y'all. We are not living in a
we don't have
5-bedroom, 5.5
no
bathrooms. We are off-gridding, and keep in mind, everything we're talking about cash, hard, green cash. We're not talking about
green
finances.
grass grows. That's why we would thought you would get water from China.
Yeah, so what we're doing right now, we're talking about solid green, cold, hard cash. You didn't have to pay for the land, so you got some cash. So don't act like you don't have no cash. We know you got some cash. If you had to pay for the land, of course you want to add that 10 acres. I'm not sure what your 10 acres are. 10 acres around here, typically the smaller the land tract, the higher the price per acre. Yeah. When you buy multiple acres, the cheaper per acre is. So around here, 10 acres would probably run you maybe 100 plus. So I'm just gonna say anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000 for 10 acres. Okay. Mm-hmm. So depending on location, depending on where you are. Yes. It could be millions of dollars if you're near a big major city. Really millions of dollars. Now, I'm not exaggerating. I'm talking about nothing on that land, no well, no electricity, no nothing. In Florida, it could easily run you well into the millions. So the range is quite large. It really depends on where you are.
Green grass grows says yurt. Somehow I knew she was gonna say that.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Lead Farmer. Lead Farmer 73. Lead Farmer has been like amazing to supporting our channel. He's been so supportive. He's my YouTube mentor, I will say, and he definitely takes his time off screen as well as on screen, and he has been working on quite a bit of videos for some different types of tents, and I encourage you all to
Oh
go
my
check
gosh.
him out. Check it out. If you're thinking about homestead, you're thinking about doing some off-grid living, check out Lead Farmer 73.
I like that 4-season tent he put up.
Yeah,
That thing right there, I was like, ooh, let me click the link.
We do
I
all
like it.
our own work. Very rarely do we pay for a professional.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Now, let's talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up, Native. Depends on where you buy that land. You may not be able to do some of the tasks that you're trying to do without having a professional to do it, because there's permits upon permits upon permits upon permits. Oh, for me to even walk the property, you need a permit. For me to even cut a tree, you need a permit. So it matters.
Yeah, you have to do research
Yeah,
when
do
you
your
get ready
research.
to buy in a certain area. Like talk to the planning and zoning, like ask them about that area, go to the courthouse, look at the deed on that property to
record.
make sure that nobody has put anything in that deed that's gonna say you can't have farm animals, because they notorious. I don't know why some people are like that, but some people are notorious
They
for
big
doing
against the
things,
chickens.
you know,
I'm
and,
like,
and they'll put that type of stuff in the deed. So you have to do that research before you put in an offer. Well, not even before you put in an offer, because you're going to have
due
like a
diligence.
due diligence period.
Make sure you have due diligence
But
in your
during
contract.
yes, during that period, during that period, you got to make sure that you go and you do all the research that you can think of on that property, because you don't want to get to the actual closing table, close on this property, and then all of a sudden you discover that you can't put even chickens out on your property. So go to the courthouse and look at that deed, see what they wrote in that deed, see what type of covenants and restrictions are in that deed, see what type of easements, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah. Backyard gardens, how you doing? One thing
Hello, backyard gardens.
you want to look at is zoning too.
How is it zoned?
Your zoning is so important.
Yes.
If you're thinking about homesteading, make sure you understand.
You want agricultural.
You want
If you can
agriculture.
get agricultural, then you definitely want agricultural, because that's going to open up a lot of tax benefits for you.
Taxes.
Yes,
Taxes are important.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, you got those 10 acres, you still got to keep them and maintain them. And agricultural property taxes are very attractive.
Yes.
Very attractive. I would say that. We love agriculture. I don't not want to rezone anything. Now, another thing too, you got 10 acres. Just say you want to invite some family. We talking about structures now.
Hi, Felicia Jones. How you doing?
Hey, Felicia, how you doing? What structure are you building? So we got a yurt. What kind of structures do we have?
What y'all putting on there? What y'all putting on the land?
Building?
Y'all didn't say.
We got the off-grid. We need more feedback. Come on. We need feedback. So what we building? What we putting on the land? Yep, every county may be different. Mine told me I can do whatever I want. Some of my land is agriculture.
Good.
That's what you want to look for. Excellent triple.
Yes. B. Rich said a container house. That's something we talked about. A container house.
And you talking about cost effective.
Oh yeah.
Man, if my thing is I need to learn how to weld to get a container.
Yeah. You know what? I thought about buying you this welding kit that I saw over at
I do want to get some containers on the property.
That would be cool.
Regardless. I mean, even for storage.
Yeah.
You know, you can't beat it. You get them at a good price. Around here,
B. Rich said he plotting now.
Around here, you can get some containers a little bit under $3,000. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I did know when I talked to someone about a container, they say it matters. Make sure that you get a container that didn't store a bunch of chemicals and different stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Because some of the containers, you know, they shipped a lot of different chemicals and different stuff like that. So we got a cabin. Dana says a cabin. Native says a double wide.
Nikki said trailer home,
trailer home, Nikki.
double wide, single
Gotcha.
wide.
So
And if you can buy, oh man, if you can find one that you can buy, and then renovate it or
so
whatever.
let me drop another channel in here, y'all. What is IAM?
IG,
I it's all about God.
IAG Farms.
IAG Farms. Y'all check out IGA Farms. You all can see a young, beautiful couple family.
IAG Farms.
They are doing the off-grid thing. They're doing the blending between off-grid. They're doing the homestead. IAG Farms. Y'all check them out. Beautiful channel, beautiful family.
Ooh.
And it's all about God. If you want to try to remember that acronym, it's all about God. So that's a great channel.
You're
to check
welcome, Miss Native Cherokee. She said she didn't even realize she was a moderator until 15 minutes ago.
out.
Triple
You
Threat
got the
said,
power and you got to use it.
Triple Threat said a gun range.
A gun range.
We got to put a gun range out there.
Yeah, we got a spot.
Yeah, we got 20 acres, so that's our gun range.
We just kind of do it a little bit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We kind of do a little bit everywhere.
For 30 to 35,000, you can get a kitchen, a wood burning stove, a composting toilet, possibly 2 bedrooms and furnishings, and a 4 seasons yurt. Nice.
Hello.
Nice.
Hello.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. 30. Think about this, y'all. Some of us we have mortgages where we spending $4, $5, $1 million on a house for 30 years. And one thing we found with our home is we had a home, and when you got kids, things are totally different, y'all.
Yeah.
When you got kids, you're bringing up kids, you got to think about school, hospitals, doctors, and all that, location, and all of that, safety, and all that. So we're everybody at different stages and different parts in your life. If we had to go back and do it again, we would have did more homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that we could have did this journey about 20 years earlier. And a lot of young people that I interact with, they ask, when should I try to do this? I don't know if I'm going to be a certain place at a certain time. And I would say the younger you start this journey, the better you are.
Yeah, because I'm out here tripping over everything.
I need to spray
get everything out of my way.
I need to spray all these stumps with some yellow paint, you know what I'm saying? For the elderly out here.
Yes, for the old people.
I'm like, man, pick up your feet, man. Stop grabbing your feet. You know, you
And I'm like, I did yesterday. There's a weight on the ground over there.
Yeah.
And so I tripped over the stump, and then I stepped on the weight as I tripped.
Man, you tripping, man. You tripping.
I'm tripping.
You straight tripping, man. I'm like, yeah.
It was so crazy. And little Gigi was looking at me like, lady,
you're going to need a cane to walk out here for a while.
I'm like,
cut one of these cedar trees and carve you out a cane.
But yeah, that's one of the things you have to think about, because like all the stumps and then like holes, I do not like holes at all, because
what's wrong with them holes? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You talking about the holes in the ground? Yeah, I got you.
Like the holes are horrible. They horrible, because it's like, you know, every time I step, I'm like, I'm having to literally pay attention to every place that I step out here.
You should do that. God gave you 2 eyes. You know what I'm
saying? Just saying.
Maybe you should.
But sometimes I don't see it. I just don't see it. But thankfully, I didn't hurt anything. Look, I was asleep one night, and I got up. I stepped out of the bed and noticed that something was wrong with my ankle. All I had done was sleep. Gotcha. Okay. I hadn't done anything else. I didn't do a thing. And then I was like, and so I'm touching, I'm like, what's going on with my ankle? And that thing had me limping for like 2 weeks. I was putting on the old people grease and I was putting on Bengay and Asper cream and all this stuff on it, like trying to get my ankle back right, but it just would not cooperate. Okay, let me ask you a question. How I got on this yellow shirt, so he probably think I'm a friend. How much battery do you have?
I don't know.
Because mine is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we're not gonna look. This game will be continued. We're not gonna stay on here too long. But
I didn't say you had to get off.
Let's go to
I'm just saying get a.
I've been in here for 40 minutes.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying get a
For-
cord is all I'm
40
saying.
minutes now.
So what
We were talking about, we did the well, we're talking about the structure, which type of structure. So we got mobile homes, trailers. What's the difference between a trailer and a mobile home?
nothing to me.
So
Not
so
a
they
thing.
said that trailers were classified prior to like the late 70s, early 80s. Um,
Yeah, they were called mobile homes back
it was
then,
called trailers too.
and they were called
Yeah, yeah.
trailers,
Now they
and now they're called
manufactured
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 homes.
home. Now they
So,
did say that at that period of time, they, due to federal standards, they had to comply with the standard building codes and building structures. So if you get something prior to the 80s, then it may not be built upon code. But this is the crazy thing. You can ride around the country, you see trailers built in the 50s and
and they
the
still here,
60s, and they
and
still
they
hitting.
still kicking
They
it.
still hitting. It's
It's
all
just
about how
about
you take care of it.
and the
And do you
same thing,
fix
right?
something when it tears up?
That's right. With your even with the house,
Yeah.
do you maintain your stuff? It's all about how you maintain things. Like we can have this thing. I see these
Yeah. They oh
old, super old.
silver
The
screen.
old 50s mobile homes, old, super old, but people are constantly doing their job and taking care of their
And
stuff.
you
If you
go
take
down
care of your
south,
stuff, it'll
you
last.
go down south,
Yeah,
them trailer parks,
yeah.
they're kind of
And
trailer
if they can
parkish.
live in them down south
Hurricanes,
with
winds,
hurricanes and all
everything,
of
and
that stuff,
they
yeah.
still survive. But right now, the land is so important, y'all. Understand this: if you can buy anything, buy some land. The reason why I'm saying that is because people and populations are growing and growing and growing, and the affordable living conditions, they're big corporations and big companies, they buying up everything.
And they are kicking people out because
Yeah,
people can't, well, they're increasing the rents
yeah.
so that people can't afford them
Hey Cheryl,
because they can.
how you
And on
doing?
top of that, you also have a lot of people who are having the places that they're renting being sold out from under them, so
Yeah.
they have to move. So there's just a lot of that's been happening. So
So if you
hi,
got a
Sheriff
container,
Faulkner.
let's talk about container
Yeah, a
mobile homes and
container.
trailers, okay? So now we've talked about, some people talking about building a actual structure. Let's talk about some of the challenges that you will face with the container, mobile home, trailer, what have you.
Mm,
Gotta have access.
yeah,
Now you might have cleared some land, but did you clear? You heard that?
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. What's up?
Um,
See, the hood is different out here. Some of y'all live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But the hood around here is different.
we
When
still
you get,
have to stay on swivel
hey,
out
you
here.
better be on point, because you get caught slipping, you
Yeah.
might get caught. But anyway, check this out. When you cleared your land, did you clear out enough width, enough space
Oh yeah.
for big? Like if you get an 80-foot, a 16 by 80 trailer,
Hmm.
understand that thing has to turn around and you got to make sure you clear out enough land.
Hmm.
If you bringing it the roadway for that trailer to turn, think about 80 feet
Hmm.
coming off of a truck. And if you're on a narrow road and you don't have open space where that trailer can swivel around and come in, clearance, the height of the trees. Some of us, like myself, ouch, I love canopy trees. I love canopy roadways.
Hmm.
Make sure you clear out enough area to bring in that container,
Hmm.
the truck that it's going to be brought in on. Even if they take it and bring in a little rig,
Yeah.
you still gotta have enough area to kind of turn it around and move around. So keep that in mind. What you got?
Okay, so my Renaissance grandma said, which is better, container home, modular home, or manufactured home? Asking for our for our seasoned citizens.
So I say do your research and do your research. I wouldn't say what's best. I think what you have to do, you have to make them accommodating to whatever. Like if you got a mobile home, you're gonna have some type of ramp or some type of railway to get up, because it's gonna typically be 4 to 3 feet off the ground. Container can be on the ground. A lot of people, they'll do a pad, a concrete pad. But once you enter into that place, it's just like anywhere else. You got to make it what we call ADA compliant. Them toilets needs to be up high. Your hallways needs to be where you can clear and turn around, whether it's a wheelchair, a walker, or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's all about how you construct and how you do it.
Read B Rich comment.
Okay, what B Rich said. What?
The zoning and permits.
Where?
You see
Where?
it?
No.
The zoning and permits are the issues I'm running into with the container project. I need to go and I'm going to step away right quick and get a charger. Okay.
Okay.
Because I know if my battery
I'm
is
over
going.
100. I was at 100 when I started.
You were?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
well,
was 100.
never mind.
I was 100.
Okay.
Now what B Rich said?
He said the zoning and permits are the issues he's running into with the container project.
Okay. So once again,
because they really don't have anything to compare it to, and so a lot of them I think start to
that's just like our barnuminium.
They don't have anything. They don't really have anybody else who has been doing it.
So if you're the first person doing it, you're gonna have to work extra hard for the ones coming behind you.
Yeah.
Barnuminiums. When I was looking at doing a barnuminium here, they said that they don't finance, they don't do a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And insurance is hard to get far as barnuminium because of the fact of there's no comparables, everything is about calculated risk. Bottom line, whether you're lending money, whether you're permitting, whether you are insuring anything. Low key, I'm an insurance agent. Insurance is all about calculated risk. It's the same thing with finance. If things go awry, will we be able to retain our money? The less the risk, the more you can insure, the more you can get stuff approved. Same thing with zoning. All you would need is one container to catch on fire or to be a hazard, and you wouldn't have anything there. One thing I would definitely suggest, if you're having things like zoning and different stuff like that, you definitely want to go and see if you can talk to your county or your city commission to try to talk to them and see if they can get something rolling in your favor.
Go to those meetings and stuff. Yeah,
that's what they there for.
Give them something to do.
Yeah. I mean, they are literally there to serve that area and serve you as a taxpayer citizen. So that's hard, and that's why it's so important about the zoning thing. Before you buy that land, I know it looks good over in VA. I know that's beautiful property up in North Carolina. I know the mountains are sitting right there, but make sure that you can build a cabin. Make sure you can bring in a mobile home. Make sure you can build it or put up a yurt. Make sure that you can zone, because some areas are rural, but it's nothing but wealthy people out there who've been generationally blessed, and they want to continue for it to be like that. So don't think that you out there in the middle of nowhere, you can see this shack over here, you can see this over there, and see that, you will be welcomed the same way.
Right.
Some of this stuff is grandfathered in, and things have changed, and they want to keep it just like that. So
I got another question from Veggie Farm.
Sure.
Says, how does the container handle extreme heat, 100-degree temps? I don't know.
I'm just doing research. I'm just reading about research. I have never owned a container. How does it handle? It's a tin box.
It's you're
gonna
burn
just
up.
Like this thing right here.
It's a tin box.
It's a tin box.
You're gonna burn up.
You're gonna have some heat. You're gonna have more heat and more heat, because that box gets hot. No different between the trailer. If you got, back in the days, they used to have them 10 trailers. Now they do this side and all this other stuff. It's a reason why they got away from those 10 trailers. Another thing, insulation. Insulation is, I have never understood about insulation no more than since we've been building this cabin. Doing research on insulation can be your friend. They also have coatings that you can apply, reflective coatings that you can apply to the containers. Most of them it's a white in coloration, but you can do some UV coating, spray coating, to kind of help with the insulation. You can also interior insulation is so key. One thing that concerns me about containers is ventilation.
Mm-hmm.
Ventilation will be the nemesis of your situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's different between keeping stuff in a container and you actually living, from cooking to bathing, humidity.
Mm-hmm.
And if that breathe, just like you think about these tiny homes and this stuff like this, a lot of people miss ventilation. And if you overlook ventilation, you will have mold, you will have other deterioration breakdown on what's in the house. You're gonna risk your air quality and a lot of other stuff as
Oh,
well.
this is a good one. Austin, how are you? She says, my sister is planning a family compound in Delaware. She has purchased a few parcels, and everyone has to provide their own manufactured home for the homestead. Good for you
Well,
guys.
that's what I'm
That is
talking about.
amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. Who is that?
Angela Austin.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
And Felicia Jones said, Felicia, we were just talking about this yesterday, man. Eco. Oh,
That's
that
fine.
was the fire. Okay,
Yeah.
the homestead is on fire. Okay. Felicia said, I am a gamer and my fiance is too. Currently working on a gaming and movie shed. The goal, all video games, console systems from a huge. Ooh, it jumped on me. Hold on. Okay, console systems from the original Xbox to the PS5. That sounds fun. We were just talking
Yeah.
yesterday
Yeah.
about like having
Multiple.
different
Yeah.
structures on the homestead that
Did you like to call that compound?
yeah, because that's what I typically call it when I'm talking to the G tribe. I call it the compound. So yeah, we were talking about just having different things, and one of those was a game room,
Yeah.
having a structure for just like our game room.
Now, Veggie brought up something about the 100-degree temps.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, now that we got the structure, now we chose our structure. It's off grid. What will you use to power your structure?
Oh my goodness.
What will you use to power your structure?
Mm.
Y'all put in the chat, what will you all use? Like Veggie say, depends on where you located, depends on where you are. Now, this may be a little attractive for northerners. They don't have to worry about a lot of that heat, but now times are changing. I'm watching the north get just as warm as the south. But heating and cooling.
Mm-hmm.
I have never, ever in my life, babe, been so in tune with temperature. Yes. I check the temperature every single day, multiple times a day, because you have to be prepared off grid. There's no more thermostat tweaking, changing, none of that. We off grid.
I had to come out. I typically just come out and just sling the door open and be like, "Good morning, America!
Good morning, America! Smoke you too."
Here just to check the weather, you know, and little Gigi be over there like on the back, what was it called? Coming to America. When they were like, "Shut up!" That's a little Gigi over there when we be out here yelling early in the morning because we're excited.
Yeah. So
B Rich made a good point. He said that he was told to possibly change the title of the build. So I'm using containers as the main structure with traditional building material around it.
Gotcha. Okay. So what he's doing, the facial,
Yeah, so change the title and then they'll just go ahead and approve.
That makes sense.
Child, they really
you gotta be creative with this whole thing. You have to be
creative. He said he's doing foam insulation.
Foam is good.
That's probably
and
really good.
Is it open or closed sale? Be Rich. Let me know whether it's open or closed sale.
Child, I don't know what that means. Let me.
I'm just curious on what he's doing, because I'm seriously considering adding some containers as well. It'll be good to know. What was my question? Oh, how are you gonna power?
How are you going to power?
Do I see anything in the chat about
having heat? Somebody said a propane. Said a solar generator.
Solar generator.
Ooh, we got to talk about the solar generator thing.
We're gonna talk about each one. So we got propane, solar generator. How else are we gonna How you gonna power?
Boss Hog 10. How you doing,
Boss
brother? Good to
Hog
see you.
10. I like that name.
You have to insulate it and ventilate it.
Boss Hog, you from
Absolutely.
Texas? I'm just curious. Are you from Texas?
Probably from Texas.
He from the South. Definitely from the South with a name like Boss Hog.
Yeah.
Boss
for
Hog.
real.
You know, either Georgia or Texas. I'm gonna guess either
Yeah.
Georgia or Texas. Put it in the chat, Boss Hog. Where you from? I can live without power.
I can live without power.
saying.
Just saying. Yeah,
What-
you can live without power.
What did Native say she was gonna? What state?
Can Miss Native, where you at, sis?
Where you at, Miss Native? Where you?
You can live without power.
Cause I'm curious.
And
that.
But
it
can
really
you live
depends on-
without heat and
Well,
air?
see, the thing is, depends on where she's located. She could have.
Well, that's why we were asking.
Yeah, she could have some good Virginia.
She's in Virginia.
She's in the middle. She kind of.
So you get snow.
Yeah.
Right.
Get sleet at least.
And you can still in your home is insulated well enough to where you can still live during the snow.
She can have fire. See, winter is different. Winter hits different than heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, heat it's unescapable.
She said, "Yep, okay."
Yeah. Cool. So she could heat it naturally through the woods and burning fireplace and stove and all that. So she can get by as long as she don't have to deal with the heat.
Yeah.
The heat is
so as long as you got
different.
propane, you good to go.
Yeah. Looking into solar panel generator. Let's talk about solar panel. Y'all. I keep forgetting to look up, and I apologize. Solar is not what they tell you it is. The hype with solar, y'all. I'm just being. If you do, nothing wrong with solar. I'm not dishing solar.
Yeah.
But you need an alternative to solar. I'm just trying to tell you all, solar is not what it cracks up to be if you living off. I'm not talking about you go and you buy these, getting these contracts where you living in the city and then they put these solar panels on your house and they do all that.
Oh, that's just a scam.
Well,
but anyway,
I'm not touching that.
I'm sorry. This is not my channel.
I'm not touching that. But I'm just saying it's not what it cracked up to be. It seems nice. It seems amazing. But
and then they still have you paying.
What are you talking about that? We're not talking. We're talking about off grid. We're talking about off grid solar panels.
Okay.
So off grid solar panels they're not as reliable as you think it is. You could have a week of cloudy days and you may get maybe 10%.
Oh, he said he's from Arkansas. Love that Dukes has grown up.
Arkansas. Oh, that's close.
But it's the South, baby.
It's the South. I know it's the South without a doubt. Arkansas. I see it.
Hi, Auntie Shirley, OG Gardner. How are you doing?
So Big Boss, let me ask you, do you have a Cadillac? But I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend. But anyway, the thing is, solar panel, will you please leave me alone? Solar panel, if you got a week of cloudy days, you only getting probably about 10-15% of your total solar energy, right? If you're looking at the sun moves, it changes. You got early morning sun, you got afternoon sun. It's just not, it's not a good source to just solely be on under. I thought in my brain, man, once we had solar, it's game over. But you're gonna need a generator to back that thing up.
Batteries.
You're gonna need batteries.
Yeah.
You're gonna need extra batteries.
Yes.
Then you're gonna have to charge those batteries. Sometimes you're gonna need your generator to charge the battery because the solar ain't doing it. Right. And I'm just saying, and not only that, solar is expensive. Them batteries are expensive. Even low maintenance batteries is maintenance involved. You can't let them go but so low. You got to keep them charged at all times. You got to keep a certain charge. You got to shut down the system till they charge.
And just like your car battery, your boat battery, whatever, they just have a life cycle.
And I'm glad you said that. Coal. Oh my God. Batteries, solar, and coal does not go hand in hand. Your batteries do not perform well in the cold and they want to be charged. They are starving in the wintertime. So y'all keep that in mind. Keep that stuff in mind based on experience.
Yes.
I know how to stay warm. I know you got it. I can see it. I can see it, Native. You can do a cob home with hemp insulation. That's fire.
Yeah.
Let me go check that real quick. I'll be right
Um,
back.
so green grass grows. Yeah, I think it's a cypress. But yeah, green grass grows said that you can do a cob home with insulation, um, with hemp insulation. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that that was even available. I didn't even know that that was even an option to do hemp insulation. So that's something we definitely need to look at. Because one of the things about it, hi, Darth X, how are you doing? One of the things that we have learned the hard way living in this RV is that the insulation in here is trash. Okay, y'all don't tell Eco I was talking like this, but it's trash. Okay, so you have all of the extremes. You have all of the extremes. When we have the heat, it is hot. It's hot, hot, super hot. And then when we have the cold, like we got down to like those 16-degree temperatures this past December, you have the extreme cold, you have the windows that are sweating, and now you have the introduction of mold into this poorly insulated thing. So there's so much to think about. There's so many things that you have to consider when you're looking at something like an RV. And we've gone into different RVs. Like, I would be like, whoa, if I had known, then I would have probably went. No, I still wouldn't have, because yeah, we ain't doing it. We just not paying $100,000 for a motorhome RV. So you have RVs though that are, they are so nice. It'll make you really consider paying a whole lot of money that is probably not a good idea for the long term, unless you just like have money like that. We working people, so we don't have money like that. We have to keep going to get it. But you have both of those extremes. So determining how you're going to cool this thing and determining how you're going to heat it is very, very important. And there's no well, our RV is well insulated and so we're going to be fine. It doesn't happen when it comes
the
to
thing
this.
is about insulation in RV is it was designed to be carried from place to
Lightweight,
place.
yeah.
So the lighter the weight, the better the load is on your vehicle and what have you.
Yeah.
So lighter means less insulation.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to happen. Somebody said that they have gas. Who was that? Was that Tarsha? Um, that's why I have a dual generator, gas and propane.
Got you. So your generator runs off of both.
Can we talk to them about generators, like the reality of generators?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because, and what I mean by the reality of generators is when you are living full time using generators, it's nothing like you having a generator and you just need it when something goes wrong.
Oh, no, it's definitely nothing like that. Yeah. Um, One thing, you are very aware of your usage.
Mm-hmm.
What we do, we typically, whenever you off grid, your fuse box will be your friend. Cut off items like, some people, they don't even realize in their house. If you would one day or one night, I tell you at night, walk around your house and just look and see what little lights and indicator lights are on.
Mm.
Just walk around and look at all the different things that are lit up or that are running off of the electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So just walk around and just look and just count how many different things. All those things you will not want when you're off grid living.
Mm-hmm.
If it needs to continuously pull some electricity, you do not want to buy it.
Right.
Indicator lights are our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You want things that when you turn them off, they're off.
Mm-hmm.
When you want things that conserves a lot of energy, and you want to set your place up in quadrants. So you got high energy things, like microwaves,
Mm-hmm.
the AC unit,
Mm-hmm.
water heater, and stuff like that. You want those in one quadrant. Then you want regular stuff like above lights.
Mm-hmm.
12-volt lighting will be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everything from overhead lighting to like 12-volt lighting. Batteries.
Mm.
Let's talk about batteries.
Mm.
Off-grid living, batteries suck. Batteries will cost you a couple of lunches.
Yeah.
Do not invest in a lot of battery power, as far as double A's, triple A's, C's, and D. Don't invest in a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is where those small items like solar, this is where your solar panels will come in great. Where you can have your solar panels to power. Come on, be rich. And you have to know a little bit about.
Thank you for the super chat, Be Rich.
Man, let me tell you something. I have never loved YouTube in my life. YouTube has made me an expert in many things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't be afraid to fix it yourself, y'all, because
Shoot.
we're talking about money. You cannot bring a technician out every single time something goes
and
awry.
right now in the world, trying to get, they don't care if you got money. It is very, very hard to get anybody to do anything for you in certain areas right now. We were trying to get some work done to the house before we sold it. And we could not get anybody. I literally called about 5 different people who told me they were coming out and they were going to do this and they're going to do that, and they just did not. They just didn't show up. So we had to end up doing some things ourselves. We were gonna do, some repairs and different things to try to get more money. But we ended up just having to sell like it was, just off of the stuff that we could do ourselves. Just sell like it was, because it was like trying to get somebody to come out and help you. It was crazy.
Yeah. And anything that's labor or service, it's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a
challenge.
challenge.
And it's like we watch even I've had years in procurement, purchasing goods and services, and it's challenging. It's challenging even on a larger scale, as far as big companies, government entities, and different things like that.
This is a good one.
It's been a lot. What we got?
So Greengrass Grove said, if you have a running creek, you could possibly use a water turbine as an alternative or in addition to solar.
Excellent. Now you're going to find that more in your northern regions, in your mountainous areas, to power that, because if you're looking in the south, typically if you got flat ground, especially in Florida, you won't have enough velocity in the water movement to get that going. Wind turbines and water turbines, I don't know if you price those, but oh my goodness, they're expensive. The wind turbines, I took a look at some wind turbines, and I'm like, just the turbine itself is very expensive. And once again, it's like solar, y'all. It's not hardcore dependable 24/7.
Yeah.
If stuff is not moving, you don't.
And that's why she said in addition.
No. I got the addition. I just want to drive that point, because in my brain, I used to sit back and think about this homestead off-grid stuff like, man, I got answers for this, I got answers for that. But no one talked about, like, and I'll watch videos and stuff, and they never show that turbine where it's not running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They never show them solar panels where they're not kicking out.
Yeah.
They always show the benefits. And I want people to see reality and know reality. And I totally agree. You have to diversify your energy resources.
Absolutely. Hi, Santisha. How you doing? Santisha says, my first live, and I'm appreciating this realness and information. Thank you, Santisha.
Welcome.
We appreciate you.
It seems like a song should be made out of that name.
Santisha.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. But yeah, diversify your resources, y'all. Diversify. So as we bring this one to a close, because we're going to continue some of this. So if y'all would stay tuned, we'll probably do it again next Sunday. Okay. We got the land 10 acres.
Mm-hmm.
We have the clearance.
Mm-hmm.
We have the well dug,
Mm-hmm.
and then we chose our structure. So
Mm-hmm.
now, and we talked about energy, a little bit of energy. So now we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about a little how do you secure it, protect it. Yeah, triple threat. We're going to dive into some of your world. Um, we're going to also talk about you're going to need some other things other than just your well. Okay, how much power does it take to power a well, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand how much power it takes to power a 240? And some of y'all said 300 feet, 800 feet wells. You
That's gonna have to have a real
mm,
serious horsepower pump.
you gonna need some
Hi,
power
Midnight
to that.
Green.
So
Hi,
we're
Midnight
talking
Green. How
about
you growing with
upgrade.
Hudson? How you doing?
Hudson, what's going on? So we're gonna share some things. Midnight Green, how you doing? We're gonna share a few things, and we all gonna collectively give some input. Y'all been great, y'all been awesome. I really appreciate y'all chatting and answering and coming in. And we're gonna continue the discussion, and we're gonna take it to another little level on next week. So I
Y'all
hope
are
you all.
amazing.
Yeah,
Y'all
y'all.
kept this man on here more than 13 minutes. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
knowing my live be about 20 strong. I got 20
That 20
good
minutes
strong minutes for all you. That's all I got, baby. I'm giving you everything I got. But I appreciate y'all. Be rich, man. You already know, man. I
Thank
love
you,
you,
Be
dude.
Rich, for the
I
super
appreciate you.
chats. Eco
Not
Nation.
just for your money, but your support, your